really think that Donald Trump has broken the left. I think he's broken them. I think that they have finally snapped. They have finally lost their minds, and I'm planning a series of videos to illustrate that I think the left has finally lost it, and we should probably bring back the loony bin at this point because these people are nuts. The things they are saying are defying all logic and reason, and I'm going to prove it to you. And we're going to start in this video with the Proud Boys. Now, listen, I've never thought one way or the other about the Proud Boys. I didn't really care. But of course, they've dominated the news in the last week since they were mentioned in the debate, and it's stupid. This is the stupidest thing in the history of stupid, and I'm going to prove it to you. Let's start with this article that came out right after the debate. Proud Boys celebrate after Trump's debate call-out. The Proud Boys, a far-right extremist group, pledged allegiance to President Donald Trump on Tuesday night after he told the group to stand back and stand by during the first presidential debate. Many people on social media who identify with the group echoed that language, saying they were standing down and standing by. One known social media account for the group made "stand back, stand by" part of its new logo. Oh no, not that, not a logo! Trump was asked by debate moderator Chris Wallace to disavow white supremacy during a part of the debate focused on race. Wallace asked whether Trump would urge white supremacist groups that inflamed violence and nationwide protests to stand down. Trump said to "give me a name." By the way, Trump said before he said "give me a name," he said, "Sure, I'll denounce white supremacy." But that's neither here nor there. Of course, they don't talk about that. Let's keep going. Trump said to "give me a name" when asked to denounce a specific group, and former Vice President Joe Biden called out the Proud Boys. Trump did not denounce any far-right or white supremacist groups, and then he pivoted to talk about Antifa. Proud Boys, stand back and stand by, and I'll tell you what, someone's going to do something about Antifa and the left because this is not a white-wing problem, this is a left-wing problem, Trump said. And of course, after that, there was mass tons of news about this alt-right white supremacist group, the Proud Boys, that most people had never even heard of or had only heard of in passing and didn't really know what it was. Dude, I was at Harry's in DC this past weekend after the walkaway rally. I met a boat ton of Proud Boys, and you know what? One of them took me aside. He's like, "You know what? We're not white supremacists. We're not white supremacists like the media said." And I said, "I know you're not white supremacists. You're a group of men who hang out with other men. You do men things like drink beer and whiskey and watch sports and beat each other up. And sometimes you get into trouble. And you guys, I think, go purposely looking for trouble. But you're not flipping white supremacists. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And here is the reason why this is the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life. The leader of the Proud Boys is not white. He is not white. His name is Enrique Tarrio. He is not white. He's like, what, like Afro-Cuban or some such shit? Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If the leader of the group is not white, then how could it possibly be a white supremacist organization? And then the other thing happened this past week when Forbes and all these other places published this article. The Proud Boys are furious. The gay men have taken over the Proud Boys hashtag on Twitter. Oh no, a hashtag, as though a group of like tough guy masculine men are going to be afraid of a flipping hashtag on Twitter when most of them are banned on Twitter anyway. Two very different groups of men are at war on the internet today. The far-right cadre known as the Proud Boys and thousands of gay Twitter users who flooded the platform with pro-LGBT images, marking these posts with hashtag Proud Boys. And you think this is going to piss the Proud Boys off? Dude, you have lost your damn mind. This is a photo that Tim Pool posted on Twitter today of Gavin McInnes, the guy who founded the Proud Boys, making out with Milo Yiannopoulos. They do not care. They do not care. Here's what I know about the Proud Boys, and granted, it's not a whole heck of a lot, but and this is why. This is why I think that people are goddamn morons. I'm sure this video is already going to get demonetized because YouTube is going to say, you are being too incendiary. No, this is stupid. I know this much about the Proud Boys, and here's what I know. There are two rules to joining this flipping group. One, you have to be a man, and two, you have to believe that Western values are the best, and you have to be unapologetic about it. And those are the only two rules for joining the Proud Boys. You can be black and join the Proud Boys. You can be Hispanic and join the Proud Boys. You can be a goddamn Afro-Cuban and leave the Proud Boys. You can be gay and join the Proud Boys. They do not care. And they say they don't care on their flipping website, as though anyone can take the time to read anymore. This is on the Proud Boys website. Proud Boys, who are they? The Proud Boys are a men's organization founded in 2016 by Vice co-founder Gavin McGinnis. McGinnis described the Proud Boys as a pro-Western fraternal organization for men who refuse to apologize for creating the modern world, aka male chauvinists. Dude, they have a club. This is a club for men. This is like back in the day. You guys remember the movie Gangs of New York? I think it was like also a book. This is like the Bowery Boys back in the day. This is a club of men who hang out and do guy things. Proud Boys values center on the following tenets: minimal government, maximum freedom, anti-political correctness, anti-drug war, closed borders, anti-racial guilt. They don't think you should feel guilty for being white. Anti-racism. They are not in favor of racism. Pro-free speech, pro-gun rights, glorifying the entrepreneur, venerating the housewife, reinstating a spirit of Western chauvinism. And you might say, Carlin, well, they're obviously misogynist. They want to venerate the housewife. You know what? Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this fully knowing that I am not the most feminine woman in the world. But am I married to a goddamn soy boy? No. I am married to a freaking strong Ukrainian man for a reason. Women like strong men. And I'm sorry, I would take a member of the Proud Boys every single day over a soy boy from the left. I do not care. It's so stupid. I want the man to be in charge of in the relationship, and most women would say the goddamn same thing, if they're being honest, which most women are not inclined to do. These are essential tenets, all that is required to become a member of Proud Boys. Blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, I'm on a rant right here. Surrey's going off in the background on my phone. Whatever. Hang on. We're going to start this paragraph again. Though these are our essential tenets, all that is required to become a Proud Boy is that a man declare he is a Western chauvinist who refuses to apologize for creating the modern world. We do not discriminate based on race or sexual orientation or preference. We are not an ismist or phobic that fits the left's narrative. We truly believe that the West is the best and welcome those who believe in the same tenets. We have an international reach with members spanning the globe. And here, I'll even go one step further. They have this little freaking FAQ for all these people who say that the Proud Boys are an alt-right organization. Word on the street is that alt-right wants to start infiltrating our meetings in an effort to recruit new members and or sabotage us. Apparently, something went down. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Here's where I want to get to right here. This question. How do I know if a member is alt-right? There are two big differences we have with them is the JQ and racial identity politics. They think that Jews are responsible for Americans' problems, and they think that Western is inseparable from white. This is the Proud Boys talking about people who are actually on the alt-right right now. They don't see a future for non-whites in America. F that. We reject those things. Like, how much more, blunt could they be? They're saying flat out, we reject the things the alt-right believes. We openly encourage Jewish and non-white members and want them to know they're at home with us. Black and Jewish conservatives have to put up with a lot of F, and the last thing we want is for them to feel uncomfortable when hanging out with their drinking buddies. This is a men's club. That's all it is. It is a flipping men's club. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And this is the thing. This is the thing. I was thinking about this earlier. Real white supremacists, real Nazis, they're not ashamed to say it. They live it loud and flippin' proud. The Proud Boys are doing their thing. They have a little club. They do men's things. That should be allowed. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Listen, women talk about all the time. There's this big debate over women's spaces and who should be allowed in women's spaces. Should trans women be allowed in women? I don't care. I don't care. If women are allowed to have spaces, then men should be allowed to have spaces too. Frankly, I don't know, man. I might even look up to see if there's a local chapter that I can send my husband to so he can go have guy time. Because this is okay. This should be okay. Of all the things that we should be arguing about is whether or not men should be men. Whatever, man. The left is damn near insane. This is one of the reasons why I left it. Thank God I have this avenue on YouTube to be able to rant about this nonsense and at least get some commiseration, because this is so stupid. When you're saying that a group that literally has an Afro-Cuban leader, the man is not white, is a white supremacist group, what do you think? You're freaking nuts. That's all I have. Whatever.